People are saying they need another arm. What are the odds that the Orioles go and get it on a percentage-wise, 0 to 100?
5.
You're saying the first month of the season?
Or right when spring training ends, within this month period? Zach?
No one's significant. I don't see any significant move being made. I mean, now we could see something like, we've talked about this before, Danny Coulomb type, where someone who doesn't make a team elsewhere that they like, they like the analytics behind. I could see them grabbing someone off waivers, but I don't really see them making a move where they would be either trading prospects or a guy, I see so many people want Ramon Urias, Austin Hayes. Like, they're not going to trade any of those guys right off the bat. So I don't think anything significant happens.
Yeah, I think it's 0 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the best team in the league last year, and we didn't have Corbin Burns. The Orioles needed help with pitching, and they still need some of that, but I don't think it's worth making some big move before the season starts. I would say that the higher likely percentage is, let's see how they do in the first few months. Let's see how they do by the All-Star break, and then we're going to make a move if it makes sense to do so. I just don't see how Michael Elias hasn't been that kind of guy.
He's not going to panic.
That kind of GM. So right now, when we've been talking about it, the good problem to have is that he doesn't know which players, him and Hyder don't know which players to start.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe they do, but it's definitely a tough decision. So I don't think there's any reason to panic, and I don't think there's any reason to start making some trades right now, because it's just too early. Let's see what the team looks like first, and then go from there.
Yeah, and I think it's 0 too. I mean, also I think with the injury situation, the Orioles are in a really good spot in terms of just having guys you can bring up. I mean, what if they make a move? They need pitching depth. I think that especially in the back end there. But what if they trade for a guy and then all their outfielders get hurt? Knock on wood, nothing like that happens, obviously. But what if, a couple infielders go down and you've traded away your infield for, what if Norby goes and that's a guy who you need? So I know that they have guys waiting in the wings, but I would give it a month or two, maybe even more so towards the trade deadline before we see a big splash like that happening, because it does come down to how you're feeling, how guys are doing. And it's just better, I think, to evaluate over the first couple of months because you already have the depth. And now it's just a matter of who sticks with you. And I think you need time to determine that.
Nick, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think I agree. I think Kevin's right. I think they're in a good spot right now. You got to give them a chance to see what happens. Let them flourish at the beginning of the year. If anything comes, if they need to make a move, going into the trade deadline, then they have plenty of prospects to do it.
And we've seen also too, Nick, just being in pro ball, when the team breaks or whoever they're going in with, they made the team, they earn the right for what it is right now,
100%.
And then they're going to figure out.
From a player, absolutely. You put in the work. You went through the off season. You went through spring training. You've shined now. You made the roster. You need a chance to show what you got, and hopefully all the guys play great and they don't have to do anything. But the reality of baseball is eventually something will, not everybody can be great. That's just the reality of it. So we'll see what happens in the first month or two.
Yeah, we got some time on one of those guys. I think that Orioles fans were worrying about, and Rock bringing in because he's the former Philly Craig Kimbrel. Craig looked naughty last night in his outing. I don't know if anyone saw that. He won one inning, struck out the side, and Bryson Stott after she struck out. If you read his lips after Kimbrel just broke off a changeup, he just went, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah,
it was sitting there, and he swung and missed. Had a lot of those moments too, by the way.
Doesn't really throw that a lot either, Rip, does he?
No, I don't think he hasn't thrown one in a game in
2018 or something like that. I saw somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, wait a minute. So guys are working on stuff that have been in the big leagues, and this is the time to do it.
Say it ain't so, Ryan.
That was filthy.
Who would have thunk that?
Who would have
thunk it?
That was filthy, and to strike out the side against his former team. I know it's spring training, but that had to feel good too. Honestly, for Craig Kimbrel, it was probably like, all right, yeah.
Are we going to see Craig Kimbrel of old, dude? Are we going to see him?
So,
are we going to see the old school?
That would be
so. That was
Red Sox, dude?
That was the first changeup Craig Kimbrel has ever thrown at a major league level, regular season, postseason, or spring training. Yes, I just read the article about it.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
15 year MLB
veteran.
better. Oh, no wonder.
He
didn't know he had that.
Yeah, that's why Stott, he made that face and had that reaction, because he's probably faced him so many times during the Philly season. Looking at that, it's like, damn, dude, like I'm not used to seeing that at all. Like, where'd that come from?
Probably talking
cool.
to him last year. Craig's like, no, I don't have that in my arsenal.
Yeah.
Just sees it. He's like, what the? He's like, what are you talking about?
So this is the point, though, and talking to guys and seeing guys, this is what spring training means to certain guys, right? Is get to work on something. Because if you're thinking about throwing it, and Craig Kimbrel right there, that was pretty nasty. Imagine if he wanted to throw that pitch. It's another pitch in his arsenal, but he is not going to go, you know what? Game's on the line the 9th. We're up 1 on the Yankees. Let me throw a changeup that I've never thrown at the big league level.
Or he does. I mean, so far, 1 for 1. When they don't even know you have a changeup, apparently.
Yeah, but you're going to throw it in spring training before you ever throw it in a regular.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just saying I'm interested to see how often it gets used, because I think it's something where even if he throws it just once a week, if people now have to look out for that just it adds so much more to him, because we've seen his other dominant stuff when he's on his A game. If you even are now slightly threatened by the possibility that he has a borderline decent changeup that you have to look at, it changes. It can change your approach.
Hitters have to honor it. It's
exactly.
In football, and not taken away from baseball, but we onside kick 1 time a year, or do some surprise or whatever, because the other teams now have to honor it because you have it in your repertoire.
Yeah, right.
He throws it once every week or 2 weeks, or once a month.
It's why Harbaugh, I swear, runs at least 1 fake punt every preseason.
Yeah,
and it's just.
I think it's great for Kimbrel. I mean, he's a 15-year guy. He's really trying to continue to stay in the league and play at a high level and be the closer that everybody wants him to be. And I think adding that in just adds another element to who you are as a player.
Would like to change it again.
Yeah, that's
whatever
it
it is.
Zach.
It looks really good. Craig Kimbrel's
They don't
They're
even
just
know
staring
what
at
it
you.
is.
He's like, what?
Funny. What just happened?
I can't tell you guys how many times.
Yeah,
Would like to change it
I can't tell you how many times
Whatever it
I
is, it
have
looks-
that I have done that and then said after, what the fuck was that as a hitter?
Oh, that was my
Nick?
staple, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. Take it from a guy who struck out 130 times in one season. I promise you, it was my staple.
the how did that happen? Any golden sombreros?
What
Me?
article
Yeah.
did you? What article did you pull up? You pulled up like baseball. What was it? Because Jake Rill, who's the MLB.com guy for the Orioles, said, according to Baseball Savant, the only time Kimbrel has thrown a changeup in a regular season game was 9/26/2018. While with Red Sox, he got Jonathan
That's
VR
right,
to swing and missing a pitch in a game versus the Orioles. Oddly enough, he's typically a 2-pitch guy, 4-seam fastball, knuckle curve. So I don't know if that article, like, or one of these, but it's
fake news.
Regardless, he doesn't throw it a lot. And if he did throw it once before, he has a 100% swing and miss ratio. So that's like pretty solid odds with that changeup. It's nasty stuff.